Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm Brian. I'm the CEO of Temecula Coffee Roasters. It's good to have you all here. Today's meeting is really focused on just a quick review of the new features we added in response to last year's surveys. I'm going to share the slides here with you, and we'll just run through them, okay? This is really an informal overview, too. It's not intended as a sales presentation or anything like that. The purpose really is just to explain this tiered support structure. We've been kind of quietly building this over the last year. We started it in response to the 2024 survey results, and then in 2025, you really laid out what you wanted. So we created these programs. It really focused on the fact that as costs increase, stores grow, they launch new products, they expand channels, it becomes really clear that every brand may need a different thing. So what we're sharing today is how we've organized that support so brands can engage at a level that makes sense to them and cover the costs of that support in a manner that's kind of fair to all of our partners. One of the clearest takeaways from this really should be that there's brands at different stages. You can use any of these programs that work for you. You can change place in them at any time. And bear in mind, absolutely bear 100% in mind that our basic level of drop shipping has no monthly fees. If it was the right thing for you before, it may be the right thing for you moving forward. There's no change if you're in that program, okay? The first thing that we had an overwhelming response for from that was a business address requirement. We all know that our labels represent our brand, and some of you have been concerned about having Temecula Coffee Roasters as on your distribution statement. That statement is 100% regulated by law. You have to have it on there, and it has to fall within the purview of those regulations. What we did recognize was that we can use kind of a workaround on that by having a contact address not associated with Temecula Coffee Roasters, but that we could staff that your brand can use as a contact point. Meets all the requirements that the FDA has. They'll have access to all of your records and your information for recall and allergen and ingredients purposes. But when somebody looks up that address, they'll get this picture. You can register your brand to that address, and you can use, distributed by your brand, Oceanside, California, with a zip code. This will add credibility. It improves trust. You can use this on your product labels, on your website, and for commercial applications. There are some places that really require you to have a wholesale address, and it avoids any other issues you'd have with that by giving you a real firm contact point as required. It's not a virtual office or a mail service. It does not represent regulatory legal advice, right? And it doesn't represent a legal partnership. It's only active while you actively have a subscription. This is important because if you use this on your labels and you discontinue the plan, you need to change out your labels, right? Because you'll have a different distribution statement that'll be accurate for you, okay? Next thing, and we've been talking about this for a while, we added in the functional coffee and tea project back in October of last year. We started that with only 2 products. It's up to 6 now. The most requested products from our survey, as well as from the demand information we had, with roughly 1/3, about 32 to 33% of buyers saying they're interested in functional beverage options. Demand is not universal, but it is large. It is our fastest growing segment right now. It also has our largest margins. If you're not using this program yet, highly recommend that you consider it. There's a cost associated with this because this takes us from coffee, which is exempt from a lot of regulations, into the food world. It also teeters on the edge of supplements. When sold incorrectly, this can be sold as a supplement. We cannot legally sell supplements. So if you sell it as a supplement and we distribute it, we can be held responsible. So we have to monitor every store that sells functional coffee and tea products. There's a cost to that. The cost to join this program reflects that, okay? The next thing we have on there is collective membership. The idea behind this is we wanted to introduce a program that would give you more advanced contact with us. Plus, it gives you the ability to answer that question. And the question we always get is, what do I tell people when they come up to me at the farmer's market and they say, where is your coffee roasted? Well, we did a lot of work on this and came up with this idea that we can create a collective. Temecula Coffee Roasters will join that collective. You can join that collective. And then as members of the collective, you're independent coffee and tea brands that collaborate on sourcing, blend development, roast profiling, and your coffee is roasted through the collective. It gives you a firm answer to that is accurate, it's truthful. It also changes the relationship we have. We've had a ton of brands say, we want to be more active. We want to have direct conversations. And I know a lot of you personally, and we talk via email, we talk during the meetings. This gives a formalized setting for that. There's a cost associated with that process. And when you join this membership, you pay that cost, right? It's going to have separate monthly collective meetings where we'll talk deeper about some product development and stuff. It'll be topic driven, demand responsive. It will be the real world application of the stuff we're talking about here. So about 2 months ahead of what we talk about in the monthly meetings and at a deeper level. Membership in the collective does not imply ownership or operation of the manufacturing facilities, right? You get the disclaimers here. You can't say that you're roasting your own coffee. You cannot say that you roast all of your own coffee. It's very specific, the wording here. And of course, it doesn't have any legal responsibility, and you're responsible for yourself in the business that you have. Okay. Just be aware. Business Builder membership is the concept that you might need all these things together. These have some overlap in them, right? So the price to be a membership, this will hit that in a minute, includes all those three programs, right? The compliant business address, functional coffee and tea, Roasters Collective. It's kind of an all-in-one spot. I suspect this will be the most popular program. Totally up to you. I'm not pressing anything, definitely not a sales opportunity here. But it gives you that demand responsive collaboration, ongoing updates, just a real connecting point to us. And then, of course, access to use the address service, functional coffee and tea. Okay. Doesn't change it. If you want to stay in the regular program, doesn't change a thing. Okay. The last thing we have on here is our Elite program. This is next step. This is very similar to what we offer our high volume partners without having to be in that world. It's monthly one-on-one business development support. You'll schedule yourself a Zoom call with me or Ed or Colton. You get priority fulfillment. That means your orders are filled with the high volume partners. It gives you advanced fulfillment options. This is things like when you say, I want to ship with a custom box. I want to put inclusions in. We start considering if you should have us store your t-shirts and fulfill them for you. There's costs associated with that, not included in this, but it becomes an option. It also allows you to use the collective return address on your shipped packages. Okay. This program does not in any way indicate joint venture or legal partnership, right? It's what it is. The concept behind this is there's things you need. And if you're really serious about the business, this program has a considerable fee, but there's a time when it's appropriate because you're not renting your own facility and you're not starting your own coffee roaster. Okay. FDA compliance, the business address alone is $30 a month. You'll start either on the 1st or the 15th. If you subscribe to this today, you'll start on the 1st of next month. If you start after the 15th, you'd start on the 15th of the following month. You get the process. Collective membership is $50 a month. That goes active in 3 to 5 business days, and you would be able to participate in the next collective meeting. Functional tea and coffee program, it takes about 3 days to get this active and take a look at your site and get the baseline. After that, you can start uploading labels. Business Builder membership is 100. Same thing. Is a delay in that. Starts every 15 days. We start a new class, and it takes about 15 days to get everything onboarded. Elite Business Partnership Program, $250 a month. We're limiting this to 50 brands. I think there's 41 spots left. This will start same time frame because it has all these other features in here that have those requirements.